Yeah.
Daddy Badass has broken it. Daddy Badass has broken it.
God, I hope this works. I'd hate to do all this work for nothing.
I have to take it back out again.
So it's experimental. We'll sell the design.
Yeah, they've got it figured out now. This is an old baler. But anybody that owns one of those balers can come on to YouTube and see it and be like, oh, that's how you make it not do that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what I have done, and you can see inside here, this machine is running. Don't strip it. You can see inside here my baffles, which should bring, as that hay comes up, it should ramp it in. Actually bottleneck it a little bit so that it catches those forks that are in the top there. That's all I want to accomplish. Now when it trips, it should just shove right on past it. Should. If it doesn't, I'm going to be tearing that all out of there. This is just a pre-compression chamber. It really doesn't make the slice really dense, not like the chrome does. It's a different system. But all I'm trying to do is prevent it from going around the corner. I was thinking that I maybe should have put them up a little farther, but I don't know. I think it'll be alright. There it goes. Go ahead and rev this engine up. I want to see how fast it goes. Speed it up and we'll just trip it and you get a good idea. Now, I know people think that you can go through a hay baler and survive. I can tell you right now, that's not going to happen. Plunger up there, that'll kill you too. Oh, and for all the people that think that the grease zerks didn't work, they work. They're still there. I just greased them again. Sam, they don't catch anything. Work just fine. No, keep it running. I gotta. Anyway, so that's it. Hopefully it works. We won't be able to test it till the hurricane. Okay, so my experiment, I think it's going to work, or my modification. And I'll show you what it's doing. Woo. I got this thing running, and what it does is I need it to restrict it right here. Go ahead. Those holdback fingers are too short, and it'll feed the hay right up into that plunger. But you see now it's not doing it. Boom. Right up she goes. instead of it feeding that up before it trips, he's going to shove another batch in. It's holding it now, whereas before it would just go over the top, but it ain't doing that now. So he hasn't tripped yet. There it goes. Boom. Perfect. Perfect. This is things we don't recommend you do at home, ladies and gentlemen. That's how I got caught in a baler. This is going to work. Now this is really dry hay. I don't know. Damp hay may be another story. I really don't know. We're going to find out though. All I know is that this son of a bitch has got to run and it's got to feed good and it's got to make a good bale. So Joseph has got it down to the strings, right? You down to the strings? This is a dirty job. There it goes. Did it trip? There it tripped. Yeah. When I shut it off, when I'm finished doing what we're doing here, I'm going to explain to you about that trip door and some of the issues that I'm having with it, with little rocks. Little rocks. So we'll get it all cleared out and then we should be able to go. Check it out anyway. There he goes. It's actually doing exactly what I wanted it to do, which is amazing. I was hoping to trip. There it goes. Doing the job. Alright. The other thing is it's not allowing that remainder to fall back down. So it kind of wedges there on those packer forks, which is good. Okay, so what happens here is you see that little crease in there? Little rocks will wedge in there and stop it from tripping. So what I did, and I don't know if I did the right thing or not, but what I did do is I moved the stopper here so that it can come up farther and the little rocks should be able to get wedged or broken off in there. I don't know. They are unwedged or fall through. I don't know what the true fix for that problem is other than cutting that lip out of there, which could very well be the fix for that problem, is cutting the lip so that anything that falls down in there can fall out. So to prevent the hay from slipping over the top, I did put these in. We just got done testing them, as you saw. I don't know how it's going to work in damper hay, but it seemed to stop them from spilling over the top. It actually did what it was supposed to do. I was rather shocked. I was actually pretty damn shocked. Looks like the hay is solid to the top of the bale, like it's supposed to. It's not forming at the bottom only. It's going all the way up. And did that thing just make another knot? No. It hadn't just made another knot, did it? But anyway, so I think we've got that problem alleviated. We put that new piece of plastic in there yesterday, and before I did that, I put silicone sealer across the top of that to keep the dirt from getting behind it. Hopefully that solves the issue. So now we just have to wait for this shitty ass weather, yes, the rain again, to subside so that we can go back to baling hay. I have about 100 acres on the ground right now, and that's going to have to get baled as soon as possible. So my 4910 XP experimental model is still going through some experimental phases. We are getting it together.
Still a prototype.
Prototype?
Still a prototype.
Well, still a prototype. Anyways, when this thing's done, I'm going to sell it. And whoever buys it after I have it is going to be really, really happy with it because it's going to run like a raped ape. We will be working on that gizmo right up there, which is part of the fan. I was going to take that fan and turn it sideways, but that won't work because that thing is massive and huge and it just won't work up there. So what I'm about to do is I got to buy some big hose clamps because I'm going to clamp that end cap on. I'm going to torch a hole in the side of that pipe. Yes, I'm going to torch a hole in the side of that pipe, and we're going to route airflow down on top of the plunger to keep that plunger area dust and dirt free and keep it from having the knotters or the needles take hay up into the knotters. I don't like the brush idea. I think it's stupid. These things, I would have to chop the plunger apart to put these stupid brushes in order to make that work. So I'm just going to route air down in there. Right, Joe?
Right.
Right. Cool. So, okay, so we got some holes. Yes, we got some. All right, so Cody's been drilling holes in the plate that covers the. Well, let me climb up to the top here, and I will explain what the issue is. So we have this ginormous blower right there, which blows more air than God. And what happens to this baler, and I'm going to get up in here, is you can see all this crap that's on top here of the plunger. I've taken the plate away, obviously, but that plunger has no airflow whatsoever. It is just 100% dirt, and it will fill completely solid with dirt on the top if you're not paying attention. You flip this thing down and it's like out of sight, out of mind. So because we've got this ginormous blower here, Fargo, North Dakota, and it does have such a volume of air to blow the crap off the back of the needles or the knotters, it keeps that whistle clean. I figured it'd be a good idea to build a manifold and jet air on the top and down through the needle slots. Hesston's idea, or Hesston's fix for this, was a real abortion, if you ask me. I wouldn't even call it a fix. I'd call it a waste of my time. What their idea was, and I had started to do it when I realized it was stupid, was to put the brushes. Now I've showed the brushes in another video or a different video. Put a brush on here and a brush on here, clamp them, and as the needle comes through, it's to wipe off any of the hay that has accumulated here someplace, whether it's down in the slot. Nobody seems to know where this hay comes from. Well, I had Timothy run the baler, and I tripped the needles, and I watched the needle come up through here while I had this plate off. I'm watching, and it picked the hay right off the back of this plunger and sent it up into the knotters. So Mays Corporation has these plunger face extensions. You see them there. That one is extraordinarily long. I don't know why, but if I was going to do it, I'd have them all on there. But that is the center. I don't know why there's a difference, to be honest with you. As a matter of fact, these aren't Mays extensions unless Mays uses Hesston orange, but they're different than what the original ones on these plungers were. So anyways, with that being said, instead of dealing with that crap, we've got this manifold piece that we're building. I'm gonna cut a hole in the center of this thing here, and we're gonna weld on a nipple, and I'm gonna run 2-inch flexible hose down to this new manifold that's gonna stick up about a foot here, and yeah, so it's just gonna run a loop right down into it, and that will more than definitely just fix my problem. I'm hoping anyway. I'm hoping it will. If it doesn't, well, then you can't fault me for not trying.